Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a really compelling story about a 9-year-old girl, Lizzie Sinclair, and how her life, well, it takes quite the turn.
Yeah, and we're mainly looking at R.A. Kahn's book, A Very Brave Girl.
Yeah.
It really starts off throwing us straight into Lizzie's world, where she's already facing some, pretty big challenges.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Lizzie's 9. She's in a city she doesn't know well, staying with her grandmother.
Right, because her parents are away, dad's a soldier, mom's a war correspondent, so grandma is her main support right then.
But then things change suddenly.
Exactly. Her grandmother has a really serious fall, ends up in the hospital, and just like that, Lizzie's effectively alone in unfamiliar territory. It's a lot for a 9-year-old.
It really is. And this is where you first see Lizzie's character shine through a bit. Instead of just sort of freezing, she decides, okay, I need to do something. She makes this brave choice to go visit her grandmother in the hospital by herself.
And that decision, I think, it's really interesting. It's driven by concern, obviously, but it shows this proactive way of coping. Some kids might withdraw, but she engages. That's resilience right there.
But the trip, it doesn't quite go to plan, does it?
Not at all. And this is such a relatable twist. She gets on the wrong bus.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can just imagine that feeling, thinking you're heading the right way, and then, nope, completely lost.
Totally. And this mistake, this wrong bus, it's not just a small problem. It actually opens up a whole new path for her. She ends up near a girls' boarding school, Oakwood.
Oakwood, okay. So she's there, doesn't know where she is, probably feeling pretty uncertain.
Definitely.
And she makes another choice. She walks through the school gates.
Yeah, it's quite a moment. And what else can she do? But it's still a bold move, walking into this totally unknown place, driven by necessity, maybe, but also agency.
It really shows her resourcefulness, doesn't it? Adapting when things go completely sideways.
Exactly. That initial bravery to see her grandmother is sort of compounded by this quick thinking, this ability to deal with the unexpected detour. Stepping into the unknown like that, it's tough.
And that step into Oakwood, that's really the start of something totally new for her, an unexpected haven, almost.
Precisely. And the book goes on to show how she starts to connect with people there, finds friendships, builds a sense of belonging. It really taps into that basic human need, especially when things feel unstable.
So she doesn't just cope, she actually finds her place there, starts to really like life at Oakwood.
She grows to love it. It becomes more than just a temporary shelter. It's where she finds her footing, you could say.
And it lasts, right? It's not just a brief stay.
No, she comes back for a second year and even a third. That tells you how much this accidental arrival actually shaped her life positively. Deep connections were formed.
And thinking about who this book is for, kids aged, what, 8 to 12?
Yeah, around that age.
Lizzie's story, the initial bravery, figuring out a new place, making friends that would really hit home for them, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. The themes are spot on. Resilience, friendship, finding where you fit in.
Yeah.
Big stuff for that age group. Plus, little things like the 14-point font make it accessible, too.
Good point. And it's not just a one-off story either.
Right. A Very Brave Girl is just the start of the Lizzie Sinclair series. So there's more to come if you get attached to her story.
Which sounds likely.
Yeah. The next one, Return to Oakwood, apparently involves more adventures and even a trip to Portugal with her best friend, Bev. There's a hint of a third book, too, continuing her journey.
Okay, so wrapping this part up. Lizzie's brave attempt to see her grandmother gets derailed by a simple mistake, the wrong bus. But that mistake leaves her somewhere completely unexpected, Oakwood, where she finds friendship, belonging, and, well, a whole new adventure.
It's a great illustration, isn't it? How resilience can lead to surprising opportunities. Sometimes the biggest journeys start when you veer off the path you thought you were on.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about maybe those unexpected wrong turns or detours in your own life. Could any of them have actually led to something surprisingly good? Maybe facing that uncertainty like Lizzie did with just a bit of bravery. Maybe that's where new beginnings hide, something to ponder. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.